Hello, welcome to Stamp Designs with Denise. I'm Denise Johnson, an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some stamp sets, some bundles, some punches that are all on the retiring list, and they will be gone on May 3rd because we are making room for a brand new catalog to come out. So I will post the list of retiring items, a link on this video and also on my blog so that you can look that over. Things are selling out and they are while supplies last. So if you see something that you really like that you want to buy, you should buy it sooner rather than waiting until the last day. They're not going to be discounted any further. Some things are discounted, but they're not going to discount them further. So the price you see is the price you will pay. Waiting until the last day does not get you a better deal. It actually just means that you might not get it. So you're going to want to make that purchase sooner rather than later. And so I'm going to share some stamps, some bundles, some punches, and then I will show you cards that I made using those sets to help inspire you and to show you how wonderful the sets are and what you can do with them. So let's get our camera turned around and we will get started. Okay, so as I said, this annual catalog will be retiring on May 3rd, and then on May 4th, this brand new catalog will be available to purchase from. Some items are carrying over, and there's a whole bunch of new items in this new catalog. Next week, I will be doing a video showing some of the new products that I was able to pre-purchase. So if you want to join me next Monday, I will have those, and I will have a whole bunch of cards and display items that I have made with them. So join me next week for some new items. But today we're going to review some of the retiring items. And I just wanted to mention that the paper pumpkin kit is batter up. This is the new kit that will be available for order until May 10th. I will have a link in this video if you're interested in subscribing with me. And again, you can subscribe until May 10th. And this is a baseball themed. It says it contains enough supplies to create 9 cards, coordinating envelopes. It offers a timeless throwback touch with classic colors, pinwheel and pinstripe patterns, and vintage wash paper pieces. And it also comes with some bubble gum, which everybody needs when they visit a ballpark. So my very first set here is the Beautiful Friendship, and this is retiring. And you can look at the list. I did not write down. Some are discounted, some are not. You'll have to look at the list or go to the Stampin' Up website to see if they're discounted or not. But this was one of my favorite sets. It has this really nice kind of color wash on it, and it really created some really pretty flowers in bouquets. So these are just some of the cards that I made with them, and again, one of my favorite sets. Very pretty. So I am sad that that will be retiring. My next set is another favorite, and I actually used this just last week. This is Field of Flowers, and then it comes as a bundle with the confetti flower punch. And so this created some really pretty cards. This is a fun fold here. Some really nice bright colors. This was a card I had made last year to show all the new in colors that were coming out. So again, that's that confetti punch. I punched out the flowers and then attached those separately. And then here's that flower again in some softer colors. And then this is the card I made last week. This was a fun fold that I had made. And again, that uses the confetti flowers. And then this is this was on watercolor paper, so washed, did a little bit of a color wash on it. Again, it's a really pretty, nice set. My next set is called Ornate Style. And this has some just line drawing flowers and a little bit of filigree on it. This goes with the ornate borders. So these, you would use your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and these are the different borders that you could cut with those. Let's see. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different ones, and then some little flower cutouts. So this card uses that big stamp set. This is a technique called spotlighting. So just drew a circle and only colored in to spotlight parts of the stamp. This one here is, I guess maybe it goes this way, a layering. So stamped it and layered it and colored it in. And then this background embossing folder is actually not retiring. This is carrying over. And then this is a card using that filigree stamp set. And then the daisy. Here's that embossing folder again, and then just a little bunch of the flowers. And then here's a card that showcases all those borders. So this thanks stamp set is actually carrying over. I think it's called Ornate Thanks, and that will be carrying over. So there's some cards using that ornate style. This next one was quite a large set. It's called Rooted in Nature. There were 2 cases with stamps in them, and then it coordinates with the Nature's Roots framelits. So it cut out some of the trees. It embossed these little leaves, which you could then cut out. These are some more of the tree dies. So here's a card using that. I stamped the tree. This is one of those distinctive stamps because you get the nice shading and stuff on it. Here you can see that the embossed leaves were used and just embossed the background. And here's the leaf stamp, lots of detail and stuff in that. Here's another one of the trees. And then here's this same tree with some of the leaf stamps behind it. So again, very nature-oriented set. Lots of possibilities with that. It's a nice big stamp set. This one is called Friend Like You, and it coordinated with the Friendly Silhouette dies. So I did make a lot of cards with this, and when I went to look through my stash, this was the only one I could find that I had here. I think that I liked it so much I must have mailed out a whole bunch of the cards, but you can see it has like the field here, and then this is a field of flower die cut, and then it has 2 of the dragonflies that it die cuts. And so it had some nice sentiments with this stamp set as well. So my next stamp set is the To a Wild Rose, and this was coordinating with this wild rose dies. So it had a label die in it, had this really pretty flower sort of trellis in it. It die cut out the stamped images. So here are a few cards with those. And this is that Rococo Rose color that everybody loves, and the Rococo Rose has sold out now, but really pretty color. This is actually a fun fold, one of those, I think they call it a book fold cards. And then this also sort of a card within a card. And then that's using, stamping the flower here and then stamping again and putting the die on top of it. And then there we go again with that card. So that's a very pretty set that was very popular. My next one is the All Wired Up, which was really great. It coordinated very well with that birthday chick stamp set. And it is a background stamp, so it's one big stamp. So here are two birthday chick. Actually, these were just the Hey Chick stamp sets. And so you can see it made a nice coordinating stamp set for that. I also have this background, which is the buffalo check. This is just one big stamp. And so here are some cards where you can see how I used it on the backgrounds just to add some color. This one actually uses that Simply Succulents stamp set, which is in the current mini catalog and is still available. So those are some great uses of that background stamp. And then we had Country Home, which has been around for a couple of years and is now retiring. It had some very farmhouse-like images. So this one actually has that buffalo check background stamped in black, and then using your stamping blends to color in. And here's another one. This is the tin tile embossing folder. And then this one. So this designer series paper retired, I think, last year when the stamp set first came out. So a little bit of a fun fold with the vellum over that. And then we have the Quite Curvy stamp set, which coordinates with the curvy dies. And so this is that stamped leaf image and then die cut out and the bird. And those are part of elements of that die. Here's the flowers and the bird, and then just the stamped leaves. And then here's that detailed curve underneath, and that is the Small Bloom Punch, which is also retiring. And that actually coordinates with my next set, which is the Basket of Blooms. And here are two cards using that stamp set and the Bloom Punch. So this is the Rustic Retreat. I kind of used it more for Christmas cards than I did, but it was a good masculine set. It does have a happy birthday sentiment in it. And here are some cards with that. The background is the Pinewood Planks embossing folder. Here again is that buffalo check. This is a Christmas one in the little note cards. Sort of that same design, just in a fun fold. This is from the Winnie the Pooh, one of my favorite sayings, "You are braver than you believe." And here's some of those animals with the tree background. And here we go. The last one is the house with the trees stamped in the background. This is another one of my favorite sets. I really like the Swirly Frames stamp set. And so here is just a nice bright card, different using the different frames and different colors. And then here's the same card, just stepped up a little bit. Put a layer of the Bermuda Bay in it, use the Coastal Cabana ribbon and some of the Playing with Patterns dots on that. Here's sort of the frame stamped and a holiday card, and then here's another one, same exact design using the rectangular frame stamp and then putting the design in the middle of it. So this butterfly gala coordinates with the butterfly stamp punch, and there's a lot of cards, a lot of things you could do with this one. It had, 4 different butterfly patterns and then the 2-step stamping, so you could stamp colors on the inside. So there was a lot. This was a more masculine type one, using that Pinewood Planks embossing folder again. So just a lot of different designs. This is a fun fold. And then here's 2 note cards, just using the different colors and changing it up a little bit. And then let's see, this one is a fun fold. So you reveal the sentiment right there, and then it opens up like a traditional card. And then our last one. The next one also uses a punch. This is the Under My Umbrella, and it came with the umbrella punch. So here are some of those cards. This is stamped on the designer series paper and then punched out that. Those are those little rubber boots, cute. So this had 2 umbrellas. It punched out the open umbrella and then the sort of closed umbrella with the handle. So some really cute ideas. I like the rubber boots. Those were my favorite in that set. Butterflies, beauty abounds. Everybody loves the butterflies. So we have a new set out called Butterfly Brilliance. And this one came with the Butterfly Beauty Thinlets, or dies, sorry. They used to be called thinlets, they're dies now. And this is, 2 big dies, and then you could layer them together. And then these were some of the smaller elements that came in this tiny little butterflies and some vines. So that's a pretty big die set with that Beauty Abounds. This was a fun fold card. Sort of stood up like that, and you could see we used the window sheet here, and then the message on the back. Here's another one using some blends and coloring in that line drawn pattern. And then there's that stamp set with the butterfly on top and the foil. This set I made a lot of cards with. I only have 1 left. I gave them out a lot. It was great for making masculine cards, and good. I use the what are these called? Deck of cards for like a lot of our friends play poker, and so it was just a great card to send out for my nephews, and So this is a fun fold. But this is a really great masculine set, I thought. And Zany Zebras, just a fun set. You could do so much colorful type stuff with it. Little zebras were terribly cute and fun. And I like the saying, kick up your heels. I liked this set a lot and didn't do very much with it. It was a lot of coloring, and if you like to color, it's fantastic. And then the dies cut out each of the different stamps. So I had a lot of fun with it. I don't know if I demonstrated it very much, but I did like the cards that I created with it and had a lot of fun playing with it. So this is just using that tone on tone for the background with the stamp set. And then this is embossed with the copper embossing folder, copper embossing powder. And then that's another one using some of that acetate, the mercury glass acetate is what that's called. So that was a really pretty, I like the flowers, really pretty set. This one, Silhouette Scenes, was a bundle with the Sweet Silhouette dies. And the dies had the sort of the tree, and then the dandelion, and then it had 3 words: inspire, forever, and adventure. And I had a bunch of cards with this set made too. I could only find 3, so I think I also mailed away a lot of these. So that's with the dandelion. And then these next 2 are with the tree limb and the couple silhouette and the girl on the swing. So those are those. So this next set of stamps, the next set of cards, I used the right triangle stamp set and the massive thanks. So the right triangle is a bundle. It came with the stitched triangles. The stitched triangles, though, are carrying over into the new catalog. So those will be available in the new annual catalog. But the stamp set is retiring, and the massive thanks stamp set is also retiring. And so here are some cards using, the stamped images and then the dies. This uses that massive thanks stamp set, and then this is that glimmer paper. And the glimmer paper is actually carrying over into the annual catalog. So you'll be able to get the stitch triangle dies and the glimmer paper. And then those are just the stitched. And this thank you is part of that ornate thanks, and that will be carrying over. And then here's another one. And then the last stamp set that I have to show you is the Borders Abound. And I did really like this set. I like the scripting on the sentiments and the light line drawings for the images. So this is using the snowflake one with a little bit of color wash on it. And then that's the sort of flower filigree one. So this is exactly the same layout, just using different images from that stamp set. So that is all I have for that. And remember, order early. And if you would like to use my April host code, I would really appreciate you doing that. Items that are retiring will be available until May 3rd while supplies last. So some things have already sold out. A lot of the in colors that are retiring this year are already out of stock. The retiring in colors are the Rococo Rose, Purple Posy, Pretty Peacock, Terracotta Tile, and one more, which I can't think of off the top of my head. So thank you so much for watching, and remember, join me next week and I will be previewing some of the items from the brand new 2021 catalog. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to leave a little sparkle wherever you go.